What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Saren Death, and a massive patch just dropped today. With this patch came a lot of hero rebalancing, minion buffs, and changes to health globes, but more importantly, the patch brought Gul'dan to the Nexus. Now, I've tried to make this recording several times, but after a lot of disconnects and lag, the recordings didn't turn out so well. So we're going to try this one more time, and take him into a bot game to read through his abilities and talents, and sort of give my initial-ish impressions of him. If you're looking for a game against actual players, stop back in later in the week. So, without further delay, let's get into the game. Alright, today we are in the Garden of Terror. Now typically I'd go over the teams, but since we're only facing bots, we're going to jump right into the abilities and talents. Okay, our trait is called Life Tap. We sacrifice some life to get ourselves 25% mana because we do not regenerate mana at all. So we do not regenerate even passively. Let's see here. Our Q is called Fell Flame. This is a cone-based attack. That's going to deal some damage in a wave, 1.5 second cooldown, so a very short cooldown. Cone-based skill shot. W is called Drain Life. Basically, we drain the life of our enemies over 3 seconds, as long as they stay within range. The range is actually pretty short, though, so it's a pretty short range. And we get some health per second and deal some damage per second. Our E is called Corruption. It's this weird orb-based skill shot thing. It is actually a pretty cool ability. I've used it a couple times now, and it's been a lot of fun to mess around with it. Okay, and it does damage, and each one is going to deal some damage over 6 seconds. You can stack up to 3 times. So we can see right here. It's got a really cool, really nifty ability style. Okay, so our traits. We're going to go ahead and hit him. So, Pursuit of Flame. This is going to be a quest talent. We hit 40 enemies, and with our Q, and we're going to increase the area of it. That's kind of cool. We have Glyph of Drain Life, increases the range of Drain Life by 25%. I think that's going to be the one we're going to end up going with, just because that seems very important. Yeah, he's going to get away, because we pushed a little too hard there. That's one person down, though. Oh, he must have died from my E. Nice. Alright, we have Echoed Corruption. Basically hit 30 enemies with our E, and it's going to give us some extra strikes. And these extra strikes are going to go in opposite directions. 3 times in opposite direction. Nice. So I guess it will roll back. That's kind of useful. It'll roll back. And we have Chaotic Energy. Collecting globes. Cause your next basic ability with a mana cost to refund 25 mana. That's kind of cool. And then if we collect 20... our basic ability mana costs are permanently reduced by 20. That's kind of cool as well. We're going to go with Glyph of Drain Life, though. We're going to drain him. He needs to leave. Okay, this talent here, we have Health Funnel, killing enemies with our Drain Life. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. We're going to have to go back completely. Yeah. Don't lead them to me. Alright, killing enemies with Drain Life reduces its cooldown by 6 seconds. That might be very useful in this place particularly. I wonder if we can just drain life in here. Oh yeah, we can. Nice. Nice. We have Improved Life Tap. Life Tap restores more mana, so 25% to 35%. That's pretty good too. We're going to come here and help our team. And Consume Soul. Instantly kill an enemy minion to heal ourselves for a pretty significant amount on a 30-second cooldown. Oh, he's getting away. He's getting away from me anyway. I think we're going to go with Improved Life Tap, although I am really liking the way Health Funnel sounds, especially on this map, because there's going to be a lot of things. And it didn't look like it was just heroes, it looked like anything. So that includes minions and I guess these little guys here too. So that would be very, very useful in this kind of map, where you're doing a lot of fighting. I think that the Consume Soul might be very useful if you're on a map where there's a lot of fighting near lanes, like Infernal Shrines or something like that. Might be very useful there. Alright, we're going to come around this corner. We did already use... We're going to have to... we're going to drain life on the Jimmy. Nice. Ooh, our E is going to be back off cooldown here very soon. Oh, I'm rooted. I was not paying attention. Oh, I'm so done. Oh, that stun is brutal. Get out of there. Okay. I drain life at the worst possible time. Although now we have that increased range. Oh, look at that. That range is so helpful. We're not going to get hit by the brute this time. I'm going to try and hit him multiple times with this. Looks like we got him twice. Tap and drain. Okay. So, Bound by Shadow. Fell Flame hits reduce the cooldown of corruption. Heroes only. Looks like it was 1 second. Nice. Devour the Frail. Drain life deals more damage to weakened enemies. Let's see here. It was 50% more damage to enemies below 50% life. Not just heroes. Kind of like that one. Curse of Exhaustion. Corruption slows enemy. Oh, I got him. There we go. Corruption slows enemy movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. Upon expiration, though. I don't know what that means, upon expiration. Does that mean when the dot wears off? Not entirely sure. Okay, we also have Hungry for Power. Gain ability power, reduce healing received. So 15% ability power, 25% reduce healing from allies, it looks like. Yeah, from allies. We're going to tap, and we're going to drain. We're going to go with Devour the Frail. Just to pick a talent here and move along. Although I am kind of curious how this Curse of Exhaustion works. Very curious how that works. Looks like we can't drain buildings. That makes sense, right? You can only drain the life from things that actually have life. We're going to drain the Chen, though. Thanks for all the health, buddy. We're going to go ahead and tap. Pull ourselves back a little bit. Jimmy's going down. We're going to drain life here, get our health back up. Okay, we probably need to back out here. Okay, so for our heroics, we have Horrify, deal damage and fears heroes. I believe it's from the center point out. Fears them for 2 seconds. Rain of Destruction, I believe this is a channeled ability. 100-second cooldown, and it basically is very RNG as meteors fall from the sky in a small area and deal damage. So we're going to go with Horrify. We're going to tap, and then we're going to drain this guy. Give me all that health there, buddy. Bam. Might be a relatively short game. If it is, we will we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the talents we end up missing out on later on. Alright, we're going to be able to push the mid lane here. Waiting for the minions to get in there. So minions do 50% more damage to structures. So being able to push in, pretty significant. Pretty significant. Oh, there's that lag again. Where are you going? You're going nowhere. I feared him right back into it. Oh, that was amazing. That was so good. Completely intentional, but was so good. We're going to go ahead and blast our orbs that way. We're going to go ahead and tap it up, and we're going to have to tap our heal here soon. Be a loud truck outside, I apologize for that. Alright, we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to pull back out. Oh, looks, maybe not, maybe not. Our team is going nuts. Yep, we're gonna back out. We're backing out in an effort to not get killed here. We're gonna need to drain life up here, which we will happily do on this guy. I need to get that life back. We're gonna go ahead and try and hit as many of these guys as we can with that. We will need to tap again here soon. It looks like drain life has a very low, has no mana. Oh, nice. Well, that's good to know. Go ahead and drain this guy. It has no mana. That's very, very helpful. We're looking good on mana, but we are still going to tap and drain. Get ourselves topped off. And then we're going to try and hit him with as many of these orbs as we can. Oh, I'm standing right in it. I was standing right in it. I was trying to line up that E. Alright, we have another terror. That means we're probably going to end here. Probably going to end as soon as we get the terror. We're going to go down to this bottom lane here. We're going to try and use our... Dibbles, what did you do? Ah, dang it. I tried to get her to run towards me, but there is a slight delay on the ability. Okay, Fell Armor. Fell Flame grants Spell Shield, so you take ability damage taken by 30% for 2.5 seconds. That's not bad. Harvest Life, increase healing from Drain Life. Drain Life heals 50% more when used on heroes. Okay, that's very useful. Bargain, trying to get hit by that time. Dark Bargain, increased death respawn timer. What? Maximum health is increased by 25%, but your death respawn timer is 15 seconds longer. Ugh. Health Stone, activate to heal 30% your maximum health, 60-second cooldown. We're gonna go with Harvest Life. Okay, we're gonna completely whiff that ability. We're still gonna kill him. All right, we have our Garden Terror in here, beating down their core, so we should probably get in here and help out. Might be useful. Might be useful. So basically, we're gonna have to check out the 16 talents as soon as we're done, because there's no way the enemy's gonna be able to stop this. It's always the problem with doing some of these bot games is sometimes they're very short depending on which one. And GG. It's bot game, but GG. Okay, so we actually got a decent record this time, which is very good. No DCs, a little bit of lag, but nothing too bad. All right, let's take a look at those talents that we picked this time really fast. So we took Glyph of Drain Life, increases the range of Drain Life by 25%. I want to play around with some of the quest talents to see how they do and see how they function. I'll have to do that in quick matches though, because none of the bot games ever last long enough to really test them out fully. At 4, we went Improved Life Tap. I think this is very useful. You're sacrificing more and more health as time goes on, so you're getting a lot of mana back with this one. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up working out in the long run. Devour the Frail. I kind of like this one. It's almost like an Execute-like ability. Very, very cool. Allows us to deal more damage, get more health back when enemies are below 50% life. I think this is going to be very useful when dueling. And I think it synergizes pretty well with our 13 Harvest Life. Drain Life heals for 50% more health when used on heroes. Still allows us to duel very, 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 very well. So we took Horrify at 10. I just think that this is going to be the go-to. Reign of Destruction, I believe is what it's called. Just has too much of an RNG factor to it, so we'll see how it ends up working out. I'll play around with it and report back the next time I do a video with him. So let's go ahead and take a look at his 16 talents. So he's got Rampant Hellfire. Fell Flame damage is increased by 6% for 5 seconds when hitting an enemy hero. This can stack up to 5 times. Very short cooldown. This can definitely help you do a lot of damage in team fights. Wow. I wonder if you hit multiple enemy heroes if it just stacks up 5 times. Could be very useful in a team fight. Ruinous Affliction. Corruption deals some extra damage on impact. If the enemy is hit by all 3 strikes, the 3rd strike deals a lot of extra damage. Holy cow. Wow. The problem is that hitting with all 3 strikes probably not going to work very well unless you get this talent here and it actually counts just 3 hits in general. Because if the person stands still and gets hit by 2 of them and it rolls back on top of them and hits them one more time, I wonder if it's going to count for that extra damage. Something I'll have to test later on. Darkness Within. After using Life Tap, the next ability you cast has 20% increased ability power. That's not bad. I think that I would probably either take this one or Rampant Hellfire, just because I feel like you're going to get the most out of either of these more often. But Ruinous Affliction could work very well with like an E build. So there's like a talent in here somewhere. Yeah, this one. So if you're fighting a lot of enemies and you can get a lot of cooldown reduction on that corruption, you might be able to get a lot out of this. Bound by Shadow mixed with Echoed Corruption and where's it at? The Ruinous Affliction. You can do a lot with that. Okay, level 20 talents. Haunt. Increased duration and makes enemies vulnerable. So increases the Horrify duration by 1 second, making a 3-second fear. Holy crap. And enemies become vulnerable, taking 25% more damage. Wow. Wow. So if you use this during a team fight, that could literally win you the team fight right there. Deep Impact. Reign of Destruction slows enemy movement speed by 90% for half a second. 90%. I mean, you still have to hit with it, and you can still be interrupted. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. 90% though is insane. Insane. If you get hit multiple times too, oh man, it's just brutal. Demonic Circle, 60-second cooldown. Summon a demonic circle at your location. Activate it again to teleport to the demonic circle. So I think you actually get two different abilities, one to put the circle down, and then one to actually teleport to the circle. And I believe, from I've read, Demonic Circle is global. So once you put the circle down, wherever you're at on the map, you can just activate this, and you can teleport back to that location. It is a 60-second cooldown, but it's a 60-second, from what I understand, global cooldown. So you can do a lot of really cool stuff with this. Might be fun to try it out. I think my go-to will be Haunt until I play with Demonic Circle a lot more and see how that all fares. So all in all, I feel like Gul'dan is a very strong, like tanky-ish mage. If you're able to get a lot of time with your Drain Life out there, you can definitely duel very well against people. The only problem is Drain Life is a channel, so you can be stunned out of it, which can cause a lot of problems and makes you very, very weak and vulnerable to enemies who can stun or knock back and things like that. That's going to be one big problem. But all in all, I feel like you're going to have to get used to the life tap and paying attention to how much life you have, because there's going to be definitely a fine balance there between how much mana do I have versus how much life do I have. Can I safely tap here and get some life drain off, or should I just, you know, stay at my medium to low mana pool and just try and get some life drain off and then tap later on and just sort of do my own thing during this fight. There definitely feels like there's going to be some personal balance there to figure out like what the correct ratio is, especially in team fights. Anyway, I apologize for the little bit of lag there, and I apologize that this was not my first recording of this. Unfortunately, disconnects, you know, patch day and all that fun stuff. That being said, I really do like Gul'dan. He is incredibly fun. I'm going to play around with a lot more of his talent builds and see how they all work out. But that is going to be it for today, though. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all later.